Looking at the Markets with David Modell.
Welcome to Looking at the Markets with David Modell. You guys and gals know that I love to hold gold and I love to also trade the miners. And when I say trade them, I buy and hold them for the long term because I believe in gold's potential, silver's potential, and also base metals as well, those underappreciated metals. And so I have with me a very special guest. He is Mr. Jason Bonson, the CEO and director of Northern Lights Resources. You got to check out northernlightsresources.com to get the full scoop on this. And if you want to invest, it is tradable on the CSE exchange under ticker symbol NLR. We're going to learn about where gold and silver might be headed and a very exciting development that's happened in the resources space. So Mr. Bonson, welcome to Looking at the Markets, sir.
David, pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have your time. You're right in the thick of things. A very important development. Everybody's going to want to stick around to watch this whole video to learn about it. But first, yeah, I love gold. I love silver. Do you have any? I'm not going to ask you for specific price targets. We don't have to go there unless you want to. But where is this gold and silver super cycle headed after it? We just had a dip. Is that just the pause that refreshes? What's happening here?
I certainly believe with all the volatility we have, both coming out of the U.S. and globally, that gold is going to remain strong and in the sort of $2,000 range is my sort of personal view on it. And it's certainly great timing for our sort of projects and our move into the sort of gold space as we've done in the past year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing big things for both gold and silver. But see, people need to realize that your company, Northern Lights Resources, yes, you've got plenty of gold, silver assets, yes, but also zinc and lead in the state of Nevada. What about the base metals? Why are these so underappreciated? And what do you see? What do you envision for base metals going into 2021?
Well, certainly the base metals sector has been depressed for some time, and you can look at a lot of the sort of pure zinc or lead sort of players and see that, all to do with global trade issues, etc., global politics, concern about sort of slowdown in China, concern about COVID, etc. And I think we're going to see those commodities bounce back pretty strongly once the industrial engine gets going again, which it already is. There's a lot of sort of catch up here, and there hasn't been a lot of investment in those particular commodities for a number of years. So I think we're coming into a period where we'll see stronger base metals and as well as sort of gold and silver. So it's been a long time coming for the particularly the junior mining sector, but I'm very bullish on the next several years as a positive.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of silver and base metals, there is a project that I'm very interested in. It is called the Medicine Springs Project, which has the potential to host zinc, silver, and lead deposits. And in that area, in that vein, no pun intended, okay, maybe it was intended, Northern Lights Resources is, so I've heard, going to execute a joint venture agreement with a very prominent silver company in that area. Can you tell us more about that, please?
Sure, pleasure. Yes, so David, today Northern Lights announced that we've executed a joint venture with Reyna Silver regarding our Medicine Springs project in Nevada. And this transaction is very strategic in nature. The project itself, we love the project. Northern Lights acquired it in 2017, just prior to becoming relisted on the CSE. It's potentially a very large scale silver, zinc, lead mineralized system with carbonate replacement style geology overlain by a lot of oxidized sort of silver with high grade sort of silver up to 200 grams per ton in some of the drilling, up to sort of 500 grams per ton in the surface samples. So after acquiring the project and our team, we've done geophysics on it. We did aeromag. We've done a very detailed ionic soil leaching program, geochemistry analysis last year, and that has indicated the presence of a large undrilled anomaly, 2 kilometers long, 500 meters wide, hasn't been drilled. Previously in the 80s, a number of companies had drilled looking for silver mineralization close to surface. They drilled 125 holes, only 43 meters was the average depth. So effectively, this project hasn't been drilled at depth. But after we acquired the project, our geologist, Gary Artmont, who's looked and worked with the majors, including Freeport, etc., and a lot of big systems, recognized the hallmarks, saying this looks a lot like Arizona Mining's Taylor Deep Hermosa project. Similar geochemistry, same mantle style, CRD mineralization. So we started looking at that as a potential model for this, and this, that's a big thing to aspire to, obviously, with a deposit, given that was sold to South 32 for about $2 billion a couple of years ago. That particular project. So that's reflected even in our NI 43 101. We know. The team, this Reyna Silver transaction didn't come about overnight. It's come about through relationships we have both on the geological level and, at the corporate level. I've known Jorge Monroy for a number of years out of Hong Kong. Great guy, great team. Peter McGaw is like the world leader on carbonate replacement style deposits, developed mag silver, involved with Arizona Mining with the Taylor Deeps. Their Guegüe project in Mexico, or Gigi project, in Mexico, is very similar in terms of target and carbonate replacement style mineralization, similar structure. So this is another key project in their portfolio now. The deal is strategically it enables us to bring in a world-renowned sort of team with this style of deposit. Northern Lights has a free carry where we don't spend a cent on this project until $4 million US has been spent. So it's not a deferred carry. There's no repayment. So we're basically able to leverage off of the capital that Reyna Silver will spend on the project. They're intending to start drilling on it this year. There was drilling contractors at the site last week having a look at it on behalf of Northern Lights before we announce this. So we're going to see some quite quick progress from Reyna Silver on this project. And really, the overall deal is also an opportunity for us to shorten the whole option agreement. We had about a 6-year option agreement. We've just now compressed that into 3. So once they spent $2.5 million on the property jointly, Northern Lights, Reyna Silver will own this property 100%. So we'll have, if they exercise, they have a right to purchase an additional 5% from us for $1 million cash payment before 2023. That would mean we would have 20% of this project. They'd have 80%. Now, if this is anything like a Taylor Deeps or anything like that, it's a large scale project. We are very interested in maintaining that 20% and look forward to having 20% of what could be a very large sort of system. So we're excited about the deal. We're excited about the team. Our team will assist that. We're jointly doing this. We participate on the joint operating committee. So I think it's really a win-win for both parties. And it also enables us to focus on Secret Pass, which is an exciting new pure gold project we acquired last year, as well as look at other opportunities. So we're excited about the future on this.
Yeah, this is exciting. Again, we're talking about Northern Lights Resources. You should visit northernlightsresources.com. The ticker symbol on the CSE exchange is NLR. I just wanted to delve further into the scope of this project. The Medicine Springs project comprises 149 unpatented federal mineral claims covering 1,189. I mean, we're talking a huge expanse here in the Ruby Mountains Valley, right there in Elko County, Nevada. What was special to you and to your team about this geography, this region in Nevada? Why would you choose this asset in particular?
Well, I think it's an area. It's a little bit east of the Carlin Zone, outside the Carlin Zone. It's an area that hasn't received a lot of attention in the past. You have what we see is a sort of trend, a northeast trending zone of base metal mineralization through there, and potentially gold and silver. You have Maverick Springs just to the south of us. More of a predominantly a gold silver play. You have other sort of targets. This has got the potential to have a large sort of system that's generated all these deposits. It's quite compelling when you look at them along a sort of a line. You have Gunman to the south. You have a number of sort of regionally and other deposits, but it's an area of Nevada that hasn't received a lot of exploration. And we looked at a lot of projects before acquiring this, and recognized that in addition to the the high grade silver mineralization that the old timers were chasing, which was mostly hosted in barite veins on the surface, that there was potential. There's an engine here somewhere that's driving this system, and this is what we recognize, and what our geologist Gary Artmont recognized right away, that this is really interesting. It's not really about what's in the oxide layer on the top, although there's some spectacular grades and like I say, it's fantastic, both in soils and in this ionic leaching we did, which showed a quite a large anomaly. So that's really the target for this. This could be a very large deposit, company maker.
Oh, I think it's going to be huge, maybe a game changer. Just wanted to talk briefly about the stock itself. I understand that there is significant management and insider ownership in the stock for Northern Lights Resources. What can you tell me more about the insider ownership?
Yeah, it's about 30%, and Northern, between my partner Rick Tinkey and myself, and Rick is the president and chairman of the company. Northern was previously listed on the CSE. We got together and said, let's resurrect this. Let's put some capital in ourselves, clean this up, bring this to market, which we did just at the very end of 2018. So we've haven't been trading sort of 2 years yet. Our medicine project was there from the start. We initially had a project in Mongolia, which we then dropped, and added Secret Pass. So we have good liquidity on average. Our trading since listing has been over 300,000 shares a day, and several with higher liquidity. So it's always got a good sort of liquidity. And we think at these sort of valuations, and we were not that long ago, we were a 5-cent stock. Now we've raised $2.2 million in the last couple of weeks at 5 cents. And we're now trading, closer to sort of 10 cents now. We have 108 million shares on issue. So market capitalization right now around the sort of $10 million. But I think it's it's quite undervalued. It looks cheap. So we're at the bottom in terms of, a tremendous amount of sort of upside on this story. So I think it's also a good opportunity as we see, let's say, this develop with Reina Silver on the medicine project. It's really an opportunity for people to play that project either way. They can look at the price of Reina Silver, they can look at the price of Northern Lights, decide which gives me the most sort of leverage there. So that's exciting, as well as is certainly the gold exposure from our other projects. So the company now, in terms of the balance sheet and everything else, we have zero debt. We have about 1.5 billion in cash. We've been hitting the ground running on both the projects, and we'll be drilling on Secret Pass this year. And then then we'll see what we have once we get those initial results. So the Secret Pass project is a gold epithermal sort of gold system in Arizona, close to sort of Kingman, that we purchased last year for purchased 100% of it. So that's not an option agreement. We own that one. There's zero royalty on it, and we think it has the potential to host a significant gold mineralization. There's over 15 old mines on the property. We've just done aeromag geophysics, have identified a number of sort of anomalies. We're doing further work on the ground now, and very soon we'll be announcing to the market what our detailed exploration plan is for Secret Pass, including drilling this year. So we're excited about that one as well. So I think Northern Lights overall is now we're gaining momentum. I think we're at a good time in the market in terms of both gold prices we talked about, and a little mining equities. Now that it's been so long that there wasn't a lot of interest in funding exploration, we've seen that come back, particularly in the sort of gold or precious metal space. So I'm looking forward to the next several years as we develop these projects and really significantly increasing the value of the company.
Yeah, I see that increase in value, huge shareholder value as well. No debt in the company. I like what I'm hearing. Significant insider ownership. That spells real conviction in the company to me. You are an owner. You're a stakeholder. And finally, I just wanted to touch upon the idea that Northern Lights Resources stock really it's almost like a diversified portfolio of metals just in one stock. That's how I view it. Because at the Secret Pass project, you got gold, Medicine Springs, you got silver, you got zinc, you got lead in Nevada. So if you were to break it down, you don't have to give me exact numbers, but how much of the asset base is gold? How much is silver? How much is base metals? In case somebody wanted to find out how much they're getting of all these with Northern Lights Resources stock.
I guess, at the moment, I'd say the exposure on a valuation is maybe 50-50. Depends who you talk to. Some investors say, I love Medicine Springs. I think this is potential. Huge project, huge CRD potential. Other people are, pure sort of more sort of gold plays. But at the moment, sort of 50-50. Now, Medicine Springs, like I said, even 20%, it could be a huge, huge project. Secret Pass, we own it 100%, no royalties. I think there's certainly potential for significant sort of gold ounces on the project and in the region. We may look more regionally. I think overall, Arizona and Nevada, great jurisdictions to be in, particularly in this world of everything that's going on. We haven't had any issues with COVID affecting any of our exploration work or anything else. We've just appointed a great geo, Paul Warren. It's based out of Tucson, Arizona. He's an ex-Freeport guy. He's got 22 years of experience at Freeport in Indonesia, where they drill miles of core a week. And so we have a super high level team, and really we're all professionals have been in the industry a long time. I've cut my teeth in underground mining, contracting, mining engineer. We got into banking. About half my career is capital markets, and half the career is mine development, in particular, underground mining and gold mining, etc. Gary, likewise, was an epithermal sort of gold geologist specialist, and has also worked for large major companies, Freeport, Stillwater, etc. Now we have Paul. So we're putting all the building blocks in place, and we're really trying to build a serious resources exploration company here. And yeah, in some ways we're opportunistic. We see a lot of deals. I spent 20 years outside of Canada working on capital markets deals to do with resources. So we have a very good network. But I think Arizona, Nevada, great place to be. Well, we can easily travel to site. So we have people on the project right now in our project in Arizona, and the RENA team are planning to go to our project in Nevada within the next week or so. So it's all steam ahead, I think, for Northern Lights here, and we've now hit the ground running with this, and we look forward to updating the market with further news and exploration results on both these projects as we progress them.
And I'm very much looking forward to that. A top team, debt-free insider ownership, a diversified portfolio of different types of metals, all within one stock. That is Northern Lights Resources. I recommend people check out northernlightsresources.com. I've been speaking with CEO and Director Jason Bonson. I'm looking forward to collaborating with you to get an update, hopefully in the near future, to see how this exciting joint venture agreement with none other than RENA Silver Corp works out. I see great things on the horizon for both companies. I want to thank you, Mr. Bonson, for joining me today on Looking at the Markets, sir.
Thank you, David. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.